Hello, my friends and my students. Welcome to BANI NETSHALA. Today, I am going to start with you the recall session number 2, which is really very helpful. You all know that it will help you to understand about the questions for your upcoming UGC NET June 2025 exam. I am just waiting for you for few minutes and then I will start with you the recall session. You all know that the session is called as recall session by NETSHALA. NETSHALA actually is presenting something in front of you about the most important questions. সেই প্রশ্নগুলোকে নিয়ে নেটশালা তোমাদের সঙ্গে আলোচনা করছে, যে প্রশ্নগুলো সম্ভাব্য এই বছর নেট জুন 2025 এর জন্য ভীষণই ইম্পর্ট্যান্ট। সো জাস্ট আই এম ওয়েটিং ফর ইউ, দেন আই উইল স্টার্ট উইথ ইউ দ্য রিকল সেশন। আগের দিন আমি যে কোয়েশ্চেন আনসারগুলো নিয়ে তোমাদের সঙ্গে আলোচনা হয়েছে বা যে কোয়েশ্চেনগুলো নিয়ে আমরা স্টার্ট করেছিলাম, যে প্রশ্নগুলো আমি তোমাদের জিজ্ঞাসা করেছিলাম, অ্যাকচুয়ালি দোজ কোয়েশ্চেন্স আর রিয়েলি ভেরি ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট ফর ইউর আপকামিং ইউজিসি নেট। এই রিকল সেশনের জন্য আমি আমার নোটকে ইউজ করব, আমি সেইখান থেকে তোমাদের প্রশ্ন করব, যাতে করে তোমাদের কোনো একটা প্রশ্ন ছুটে না যায়। ঠিক আছে, একটা প্রশ্ন যাতে না তোমরা মিস করো, একটা কোয়েশ্চেন যাতে না মিস করো। এই নোটস, এটা আমারই নোটস, এই নোটসেই কিন্তু আমি জানি এই নোটস হচ্ছে সফলতার অন্যতম একটা চাবিকাঠি। ইট উইল অলসো হেল্প ইউ টু সাকসেস, টু গেট সাকসেস। ওকে, সফলতা হওয়ার জন্য কিন্তু এটা তোমাকে সাহায্য করবে। তো এটা আমার নিজের নোটস, আমি সেইখান দিয়ে আমার নিজের প্রতি একটা বিশ্বাসও আছে, এই নোটসের প্রতিও একটা বিশ্বাস আছে, কারণ এই নোটসেই কিন্তু সফলতা এনে দিয়েছে। তাই আমি আবারও বলছি, এই নোটসগুলোকে তোমরা ফলো করো, কোয়েশ্চেন আনসারগুলোকে রিপিটেডলি লেখো। প্রথমে আমি যে প্রশ্নগুলো বলছি, আমি একটা প্রশ্ন দুবার করে রিপিট করছি, তারপর সেই প্রশ্নের সাথে 4টা অপশান, সেগুলোকেও দুবার করে রিপিট করছি। অ্যাজ আ ম্যাটার অফ ফ্যাক্ট এই জন্যেই আমি রিপিট করছি, যাতে করে তোমরা কোয়েশ্চেনটা শুনে লিখতে পারো এবং কোয়েশ্চেনটা শুনে বুঝতেও পারো, এবং কোয়েশ্চেনটা বোঝার পর বা লেখার পর আর সেগুলোকে তোমরা রিকল করতে থাকো আগেন অ্যান্ড আগে। ওকে, আশা করি মাই ভয়েস ইজ ভেরি ক্লিয়ার, ইজ অর নো? প্লিজ একটু জানাবে। ক্যান ইউ গেট মাই পয়েন্ট? অ্যাম আই অডিবল? প্লিজ একটু জানাবে। ওকে, সো নাও আমি স্টার্ট করছি তোমাদের সাথে রিকল সেশন। এই রিকল সেশনে মাই ফার্স্ট কোয়েশ্চেন ইজ, হু ইজ দ্য প্রোটাগনিস্ট অফ দ্য প্লে পিগম্যালিয়ন? দিস ওয়াজ দ্য লাস্ট কোয়েশ্চেন, প্রিভিয়াস ডে লাস্ট কোয়েশ্চেন এটা ছিল যে হু ইজ দ্য প্রোটাগনিস্ট অফ দ্য প্লে পিগম্যালিয়ন? এলিজা, ফ্রেডি, পিকারিং? Again I say, the protagonist of the play Pygmalion, Elijah, Freddie, Pickering. I will give you 10 seconds for answer and then I will answer it. Okay. So we all know that Elijah is the protagonist of the play Pygmalion. Now my question, who wrote Pygmalion, or who was the writer of Pygmalion? No option. Just I am waiting for 10 seconds. Yes, you all know that Pygmalion is written by whom? G.B. Shaw, George Bernard Shaw. Okay, my next question, the character Touchstone appears in Shakespeare's. The character Touchstone appears in Shakespeare's The tempest as you like it, the merchant of Venice, all's well that ends well. Again I say, the character touchstone appears in Shakespeare, the tempest as you like it, the merchant of Venice, all's well that ends well. I'm waiting for 10 seconds. I hope you all know the answer. Yes, the answer is very simple as you like it. Yes, you all know the answer is very simple as you like it. My next question. Again, I say my next question, Paul Morel. You all know that. Paul Morel was original title of D.H. Lawrence's novel. Paul Morel was original title of D.H. Lawrence's novel The Trespassers, Sons and Lovers, The Rainbow. I am waiting for you 10 seconds, then I will reply. Yes, the time is over and the answer is very simple, you all know. Sons and Lovers. Okay, my next question. An unseen character, or who is an unseen character in William Shakespeare's play The Tempest? Who is an unseen character in William Shakespeare's play The Tempest? You all know Ferdinand, Ariel, Prospero, Sycorax. Again I say, who is an unseen character in William Shakespeare's play The Tempest? Ferdinand, Ariel, Prospero, Sycorax. I'm just waiting for 10 seconds and then I will answer it. So the answer is, you all know, the time is over and the answer is Sycorax. Yes. Next question. The most autobiographical of the novel of Charles Dickens. The most autobiographical of the novel of Charles Dickens. David Copperfield, Little Dorrit, Great Expectations and Hard Times. I'm waiting for you 10 seconds. Yes, now the time is over. The answer is David Copperfield. Again I say David Copperfield. My next question. Charles Dickens' Great Expectation is a. Charles Dickens' Great Expectation is a tragicomedy, Bildungsroman, tragedy, comedy. Tragicomedy, Bildungsroman, tragedy, comedy. I will give you 10 seconds for this answer. Okay, the time is over. So the answer is, you all know, Bildungsroman. Yes, Bildungsroman. Now my question is, who is the protagonist of D.H. Lawrence's Lady Chatterley's Lover? Again I say, who is the protagonist of D.H. Lawrence's Lady Chatterley's Lover? Claire, Constance, Freda, Amelia. Claire, Constance, Freda and Amelia. I'm just waiting for you 10 seconds. Yes, you all know the answer. The answer is very simple. Who is the protagonist of D.H. Lawrence's Lady Chatterley's Lover? Constance. Yes, the answer is very simple. Constance. Okay. So next question, D.H. Lawrence says, again I say D.H. Lawrence says, which novel is set during the period of the Mexican Revolution? Which novel of D.H. Lawrence is set during the period of the Mexican Revolution? Again I say, which novel of D.H. Lawrence is set during the period of Mexican Revolution? The Trespassers, The Plumed Serpent, The Rainbow. I'm just waiting for you 10 seconds and then I will reply. Yes, you all know that the answer is The Plumed Serpent. Okay, so my next question is, who is the antagonist of the play Othello? Who is the antagonist of the play Othello? Rodrigo, Brabantio, Iago, Cassius. Again I say, who is the antagonist of the play Othello? Rodrigo, Brabantio, Iago, Cassius. Yes, the answer is very simple. It is, you all know, it is Iago. So my next question is, Samuel is the protagonist of the novel. Samuel is the protagonist of the novel A Christmas Carol, Dombey and Son, David Copperfield, The Pickwick Papers. Again I say, Samuel is the protagonist of the novel A Christmas Carol, Dombey and Son, David Copperfield, The Pickwick Papers. And you all know the answer. Yes, the answer is very simple. You all know Samuel is the protagonist of the novel The Pickwick Papers. Okay, my next question, who has defined poetry as a fundamental creative act using languages? Again I say, quote unquote. Okay, who has defined poetry as, quote, a fundamental creative act using language? Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Dylan Thomas, William Wordsworth. Again I say, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Dylan Thomas, William Wordsworth. So the answer is very simple. The answer is, I am just waiting for you 10 seconds for your answer and then I will reply. You all know the answer is Dylan Thomas. Okay, Dylan Thomas. My next question, what is the original name of George Eliot? Again I say, what is the original name of George Eliot? First, Samuel Langdon Clemens, Mary Ann Evans, Saki and Bodge. Again I say, Samuel Langdon Clemens, Mary Ann Evans, Saki and then Bodge. You all know the original name of George Eliot, Mary Ann Evans. Okay, so my next question, how did W.H. Auden, again I say, how did W.H. Auden describe poetry? How did W.H. Auden describe poetry? Option number 1, an awful way to earn a living, a game of knowledge, the soul exposed, and exploitation of language. Again I say, option number 1, an awful way to earn a living. Option number 2, a game of knowledge. Option number 3, the soul exposed. Option number 4, an explosion of language. Please reply. I'm just waiting for you 10 seconds for your answer and then I will reply it. Okay? So I think you all know the answer is a game of knowledge. Again I say the answer is very simple, a game of knowledge. My next question, only connect. Again I say only connect is the epigraph to a novel by. Again I say only connect is the epigraph to a novel by George Orwell, Joseph Conrad, D.H. Lawrence, E.M. Foster. Again I say the question is only connect is the epigraph to a novel by George Orwell, Joseph Conrad, D.H. Lawrence, E.M. Foster. I am just waiting for you 10 seconds for your answer and then I will reply it. Okay? So the answer is very simple. You all know only connect is the epigraph to a novel by E.M. Foster. Okay? So my next question. How many husbands did the wife of Bath have? Very, very important question. This question actually repeated question. Okay. How many husbands did the wife of Bath have? 7, 6, 5, 4. 7, 6, 5, 4. You all know the answer is, just I am waiting for you 10 seconds and then I will reply it. Yes, the time is over and the answer is 5. My next question, who among the female characters in Canterbury Tales criticizes the patriarchal society? Again, very, very important question. Please note down it. This question is very, very important question. Who among the female characters in the Canterbury Tales criticizes the patriarchal society? Option number 1, the prioress. Option number 2, the second nun. Option number 3, the wife of Bath. Option number 4, the first nun. The prioress, the second nun, the wife of Bath, the first nun. Very, very important. You should keep in your mind. And the answer is very simple. Just I am waiting for you 10 seconds. The answer is the wife of Bath. The wife of Bath. My next question. She is inspired, but diabolically inspired, quote unquote. She is inspired but diabolically inspired. Who is this lady? Very, very important question. Just you write down it. Who is this lady? Major Barbara, Saint John, and Candida. Major Barbara, Saint John, and Candida. Do you all know that Major Barbara and Candida? Who wrote Major Barbara and Candida? Two questions you have. One is she is inspired but diabolically inspired. Who is this lady? And another is who wrote Major Barbara and Candida? Very, very important question. Who wrote Major Barbara and Candida? You know that Major Barbara and Candida are actually written by G.B. Shaw, George Bernard Shaw. And the answer is very simple. You all know Saint John. Saint John. My next question is really very, very important. What is the framework? Again I say, what is the framework of the Canterbury Tales? Actually, who wrote Canterbury Tales? This is very easy questions. Please tell me the answer. Who wrote Canterbury Tales? The answer is very simple. Geoffrey Chaucer. Chaucer wrote Canterbury Tales. My next question. To tell two stories to forget the tedium of long journey. To tell two stories to keep up the spirit of the journey. And to tell two stories to forget physical pain. To tell two stories to while away time. Okay. I will repeat the question. What is the framework of the Canterbury Tales? To tell two stories to forget the tedium of long journey. Option number 2, to tell two stories to keep up the spirit of the journey. Option number 3, to tell two stories to forget physical pain. Option number 4, to tell two stories to while away time. So please answer this question. Yes, you all know the answer is very simple. To tell two stories to forget the tedium of long journey. Okay. So my next question. You all know Ivanhoe. Ivanhoe 1819. Okay. Set in 12th century. Set in 12th century England marked a move away from his focus on the local history of Scotland. Who wrote this novel? Ivanhoe, the writer of Ivanhoe, or Ivanhoe, who wrote this novel Ivanhoe? George Orwell, Walter Scott, Margaret Atwood, Saul Bellow. George Orwell, Walter Scott, Margaret Atwood, Saul Bellow. The answer is very simple. You all know the answer is Walter Scott. So my next question. Which among the following is not a work by Walter Scott? Which among the following is not a work written by Scott? Rob Roy, Old Mortality, The Heart of Middleton, Hollow Man. Again I say Rob Roy, Old Mortality, The Heart of Middleton, and The Hollow Man. I am just waiting for you 10 seconds and then I will reply you. Okay, you all know the answer is very simple. The answer is Hollow Man. Actually, Hollow, not man, Hollow Man. Who wrote Hollow Man? You all know T.S. Eliot wrote Hollow Man. Previous class, when I was discussing with about T.S. Eliot, then I have discussed with you about the poetry of T.S. Eliot. I say the most important poetry of T.S. Eliot is Prufrock and Other Observation, the love song of Jalprit Prufrock, the Wasteland, Ash Wednesday, the Journey of Magi. Those are really very, very important poems when I am talking about T.S. Eliot. Okay, so now most important question. The tale of Ceyx and Alcuin. Ceyx and Alcuin appears in which of the following works? The Book of the Duchess, House of Fame, Parliament of Fowls, Troilus and Cressida. I think you all understand that I am asking you questions from Canterbury Tales, because you know that the prologue of Canterbury Tales is very, very important and the characters of Canterbury Tales are really very, very important. So please focus on that particular portion, Canterbury Tales. The Book of the Duchess, House of Fame, Parliament of Fowls, Troilus and Cressida. Just I am waiting for you 10 seconds and then I will reply you. Yes, now the time is over and you all know the answer is the Book of Duchess. The answer is the Book of Duchess. My next question. Who is a Canadian poet, novelist and literary critic, essayist and environmental activist? Again I say, who is a Canadian poet, novelist, literary critic, essayist and environmental activist? Option number 1, George Orwell. Option number 2, Walter Scott. Option number 3, Margaret Atwood. Option number 4, Saul Bellow. George Orwell, Walter Scott, Margaret Atwood, Saul Bellow. You all know that the answer is very simple. Margaret Atwood, Canadian writer Margaret Atwood, very important. The Handmaid's Tale is very important. Okay, previous day when I actually have discussed with you, or I was discussing with you about Margaret Atwood, about T.S. Eliot, modernism, W.B. Yeats. Okay, that time I have discussed with you that sci-fi, that means science fiction, Handmaid's Tale is very important. I have discussed with you about steampunk, about cyberpunk. Those are really very important. You should keep in your mind. Okay, next question. My next question: who is the speaker of the following utterance in Chaucer's The Legend of Good Omen? Again I say, who is the speaker of the following utterance in Chaucer's The Legend of Good Omen? Option number 1, God of Love. Option number 2, Alcest. Option number 3, Venus. Option number 4, Cupid. You all know the answer. Alcest. Okay. My next question. Which of the Shakespearean heroes uttered the following: let me be cruel, not unnatural. I will speak daggers to her, but use none. Again I say, let me be cruel, not unnatural. I will speak daggers to her, but use none. Option number 1, Macbeth. 2, Othello. 3, King Lear. And 4, Hamlet. Macbeth, Othello, King Lear, Hamlet. So the answer is, just I am waiting for you 10 seconds for your reply, and then I will reply it. Okay? You all know the answer is Hamlet. Again I say the answer is Hamlet. Okay? My next question. The Handmaid's Tale. Again, The Handmaid's Tale was written by Margaret Atwood, Renton Mystery, Alice Walker, Toni Morrison. The Handmaid's Tale was written by Margaret Atwood, Renton Mystery, Alice Walker, and then Arvind Adiga. So you all know The Handmaid's Tale is written by Margaret Atwood. It's really very important question. Next question. A bloody deed almost as bad, good mother as kill a king and marry with his brother. Who is the Shakespearean hero who uttered this statement? Again I say, a bloody deed. Again I say, a bloody deed almost as bad, good mother as kill a king and marry with his brother. Who is the Shakespearean hero who uttered the given statement? Option number 1, Hamlet. Option number 2, King Lear. Option number 3, Macbeth. Option number 4, Othello. Hamlet, King Lear, Macbeth, Othello. I'm just waiting for you 10 seconds and then I will reply the answer. Okay? I think you all know that the answer is very simple. The answer is the time is over and the answer is Hamlet. Okay, these are really very important question. So now my next question. Who was a Canadian born American writer? Again I say, who was Canadian born American writer? For his literary work, he was awarded the Pulitzer Prize, the Nobel Prize for Literature, and the National Medal of Arts. He is the only writer to win the National Book Award for Fiction 3 times. He received the National Book Foundation's Lifetime Medal for Distinguished Contributions to American Letters in 1990. Who is he? Again I say, was a Canadian born American writer. For his literary work, he was awarded the Pulitzer Prize, the Nobel Prize for Literature, and the National Medal of Arts. He is the only writer to win the National Book Award for Fiction 3 times. Please, name of the writers. You all know the answer. Okay. Renton Mystery, Alice Walker, Saul Bellow, T.S. Eliot. Please tell me the answer. Tell me. You have 10 seconds and within 10 seconds you have to answer it. Okay. In your exam hall, actually, you will find out this type of question. This question is really very tricky questions. You have to understand about the authors, Canadian born American writers. Next, is such a type of writers who actually won Pulitzer Prize, Nobel Prize for Literature, National Medal of Arts, etc. and etc. You know the answer. The answer is very simple. Saul Bellow. Yes, Saul Bellow. My next question is very important. Who among the Shakespeare characters uttered the following to whom? Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought his act, be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Polonius to Leatrice, Polonius to Reynaldo, King Lear to Goneril, and King Lear to Regan. The answer is very simple. You all know. I am just waiting for you 10 seconds. So today actually I am asking you the questions from particular William Shakespeare's drama or play. Canterbury Tales, very important. Apart from these are there some modernist novel and writers. Like you know that Saul Bellow, Margaret Atwood, Patrick White, those kind of writers. Apart from these or that, I am actually asking some questions from modernist dramatists like G.V. Shaw, John Glassworthy, Christopher Fry, Noel Coward. Those are really very important. Apart from these or that, you know that most of the questions I actually have asked from William Shakespeare's play, you know that. So the Tempest, Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, Macbeth. Okay. So the answer is very simple. Polonius to Laertes. Okay. My next question. Which Shakespearean character? Again I say, just listen to me very carefully. Which Shakespearean character uttered the following statement? This type of question is a very tricky question and very tough question for your exam. If you want, you can understand the statement, then it will actually help you to get more and more score. Okay, so the statement is something is rotten in the state of Denmark. Again I say, something is rotten in the state of Denmark. These are very important quotation. Okay, something is rotten in the state of Denmark is told by Reynaldo, Hamlet, Marcellus, Horatio. Reynaldo, Hamlet, Marcellus, Horatio. Please tell me the answer. Yes, I know the answer is very simple and you all know the answer. The answer is Marcellus. Very, very important. Marcellus. Okay. My next question. Hollow Man was written by, or Hollow Man was written by. Very, very important question. Previous day I actually was discussing T.S. Eliot and you all know that the poetry of T.S. Eliot and which poetries actually are very, very important for your upcoming UGC NET June 2025 exam. So Hollow Man was written by, I will not give any option. Okay, I will give option Alice Walker, Arnold Bennett, Saul Bellow, T.S. Eliot. Yes, the answer is very simple. You all know. I'm just waiting for you 10 seconds and then I will. The answer is T.S. Eliot. Again I say answer is T.S. Eliot. My next question. To be or not to be. Very famous line. Very famous line. World famous line. Okay. To be or not to be. That is the question. Whether ties nobler in the mind of Safar the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles. The soliloquy of Hamlet expresses Hamlet's desire to dream, Hamlet's wish to commit suicide, Hamlet's desire to fight his enemies, Hamlet's inability to face series of sufferings. Again I say Hamlet's desire to dream, Hamlet's wish to commit suicide, Hamlet's desire to fight his enemies, Hamlet's inability to face series of sufferings. So please give me the answer of that question. That question is, this question actually is very, very important for your upcoming UGC NET June 2025 exam. So you all know the answer is, I'm just waiting for you. Waiting for your reply, for your answer, for your comments. Okay, you all know the answer is Hamlet's wish to commit suicide. Hamlet's wish to commit suicide. My next question. Aldous Huxley. Aldous Huxley was an English writer, novelist, philosopher, and prominent member of the Huxley family. What is his middle name? Very, very important. We all know Huxley as Aldous Huxley. Okay, but what is the middle name of Aldous Huxley? Leonard, Bernard, Theodore, Sherwin. Leonard, Bernard, Theodore, Sherwin. So please reply me. You all know the answer is Leonard. Yes. So my next question. Name the Shakespearean character. Name the Shakespearean character who utters the following. No, I will not weep. I have full cause of weeping, but this heart shall break into 100,000 flaws. Or yeah, I will weep. Oh fool, I shall go mad. Very, very important quotation. Please note down it. Please. No, I will not weep. I have full of cause of weeping, but this heart shall break into 100,000 flows. Or yeah, I will weep. Oh fool, I shall go mad. Very, very important quotation. Just please tell me the answer. Gloucester, King Lear, Macbeth, Othello. Gloucester, King Lear, Macbeth, Othello. I'm just waiting for 10 seconds. You all know the answer is King Lear. The answer is কিং লেয়ার। আজকে আমরা এখানেই শেষ করছি, আবার আমরা লাইভ ক্লাসে আসছি ঠিক সন্ধ্যে 7টা। ওকে, সো সন্ধ্যে 7টার যে রিকল সেশন আছে সেই রিকল সেশন কেউ মিস করবে না। এই রিকল সেশনগুলো তোমাদেরকে সাহায্য করবে কোন ধরনের প্রশ্ন আসছে তোমাদের পরীক্ষার জন্য। সেই জন্য বলছি সন্ধ্যে 7টার রিকল সেশন কেউ বন্ধ করবে না। ওকে, তো প্লিজ কাম সন্ধ্যে 7টার রিকল সেশনে। ওকে।